You're good, you're good. We're good. Step back, step back, forward.
The FBI has just taken down one of Mexico's most notorious narco figures, La Diabla. At the raid, authorities discovered mountains of weapons, millions in illegal drugs, and the crumbling remains of a vast criminal empire. Yet amidst the chaos, one question dominates every briefing and headline. How did La Diabla manage to operate in Chicago undetected? The answer lies in her network. For nearly a decade, U.S. federal agencies have tracked the steady rise of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG. Originating in Mexico's Pacific state of Jalisco, the cartel grew from a local enforcement group into one of the world's most aggressive narcotics and arms organizations. By 2023, its distribution network reached 30 U.S. states. Structured in decentralized but highly disciplined cells that mimic military hierarchy, the cartel enabled figures like Martha Alicia Mendez Aguilar, known as La Diabla, to rise as symbols of calculated brutality.
Alicia Méndez Aguilar, conocida como La Diabla, señalada como una líder del Cártel Jalisco Nueva Generación y acusada de encabezar una red de tráfico de bebés y extracción de órganos. Según la investigación de Estados Unidos y México, Méndez Aguilar atraía a mujeres embarazadas en situación vulnerable a lugares remotos en Ciudad Juárez.
According to Crosper intelligence reports, La Diabla oversaw what investigators described as a dual-purpose trafficking network, handling both narcotics distribution and the illicit organ trade. While details of the latter remain classified under international criminal cooperation agreements, her logistics network mirrored the CJNG's narcotics model: multi-node, transnational, and vertically integrated from production to distribution. By 2021, her faction reportedly controlled several smuggling routes running from Ciudad Juárez through Nuevo Laredo, feeding directly into El Paso, Laredo, and Chicago. Each route operated under a coded naming system, later revealed during CBP seizures. In multiple operations, officers noted that methamphetamine shipments were marked with specific initials and codes, indicating their intended recipients and the divisions within the cartel hierarchy.
Sometimes they'll write on the narcotics, depending on who it's going to. Perhaps this one's going to a different dealer or a different department, so that way they can distinguish where it's going.
Those coded markings became a crucial forensic signature when Homeland Security intercepted a shipment of 20 pallets labeled as sea salt from Jalisco to Oregon. Officers discovered crystalline methamphetamine hidden inside sacks intended for export. The documentary, Contraband Seized at the Border, detailed how CBP analysts traced density anomalies that led to the bust, uncovering over 400 kilograms of crystal meth, valued at more than $12.4 million. Every stage of the investigation highlighted CJNG's industrial-level approach to concealment. Trucks, vans, and even personal vehicles were modified with double-walled panels, hidden compartments, metallic linings to resist X-rays, and sometimes embedded tracking devices. In one case, CBP found an electronic tracker inside a cocaine-filled cooler, allowing cartel logisticians to monitor shipments via real-time GPS. This level of surveillance sophistication was not improvised. It reflected a highly coordinated logistics network later traced to La Diabla's handlers in Ciudad Juárez.
There was something in there that also looked like electronic in the walls. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be some kind of tracker, because whoever owns this stuff right here wants to know where their cooler and their product is.
From 2019 onward, Chicago became a pivotal hub in La Diabla's network. Its access to major interstate corridors, rail freight systems, and established narcotics infrastructure made it ideal. DEA regional intelligence confirmed CJNG's dominance, surpassing older Sinaloa networks. FBI reports indicated that local gangs, including the Latin Kings, Gangster Disciples, and Four Corner Hustlers, acted as secondary distributors, buying bulk meth and fentanyl through intermediaries linked to La Diabla's middle managers. On the Mexican side, La Diabla earned a fearsome reputation. Agents described her as a logistics expert who enforced silence through targeted disappearances. The same networks used for narcotics trafficking were repurposed for human trafficking. Pregnant women lured by false job offers were taken to safe houses in Ciudad Juarez. According to an official joint statement from Mexican prosecutors, illegal cesarean procedures were allegedly performed, and newborns were sold to buyers in the United States.
Luego sus órganos eran extraídos y los recién nacidos vendidos a parejas en Estados Unidos por hasta $14,000. La operación conjunta incluyó al FBI, los US Marshals, CBP y la Fiscalía Especializada en la Mujer en México.
The allegations highlighted a convergence between cartel violence and a new form of transnational organized crime, one requiring counterterrorism level coordination. By mid-2023, the National Center for Counterterrorism, NCTC, had reclassified several cartel cases under hybrid threat protocols, enabling federal agencies to use advanced surveillance tools typically reserved for terrorism investigations. This marked a significant policy shift, framing cartel logistics as paramilitary operations rather than conventional criminal enterprises. Through signal intercepts and forensic financial analysis, authorities uncovered more than 60 front companies tied to La Diabla's network, including logistics firms, freight brokers, and agricultural exporters, all serving as legal covers for importing chemical precursors. Invoices seized during coordinated raids in Guadalajara and Monterrey revealed legitimate bills of lading for sea salt, fertilizer, and ethanol, materials capable of masking methamphetamine production chemicals. Each piece of evidence helped assemble the intelligence picture that ultimately led to the Chicago raid. CBP and DEA analysts identified a recurring trafficking corridor: Jalisco, Ciudad Juarez, Laredo, Dallas, Chicago, a route repeatedly flagged in U.S. interdiction operations.
We've had a total of 8 operations on this house.
There's a lot of foot traffic coming in and out of it right now. 30 people in the last 2 hours.
Each raid on a safe house produced incremental intelligence: phone contacts, coded ledgers, encrypted USB drives, none decisive on its own, but together they revealed the structure of the cartel's ecosystem. FBI analysts first confirmed La Diabla's Chicago presence not through narcotics seizures, but through weapons trafficking. Between 2021 and 2024, outbound customs inspections along the Texas border intercepted large shipments of undeclared ammunition and assault rifles concealed in vehicles headed south. At the Camino Real International Bridge, officers discovered hundreds of rounds of AK-47 and 9mm ammunition hidden in toy boxes and children's clothing. Under immunity agreements, several drivers admitted the shipments originated from suburban warehouses around Cicero and Melrose Park, Illinois. Payments were made through encrypted dark web transfers using cryptocurrency wallets tied to shell accounts in Mexico City. Cybercrime investigators traced these wallets to a larger laundering operation, funneling through Grupo Raka, a freight forwarding firm later implicated in sealed indictments connected to La Diabla's cartel cell. This revealed a crucial pattern. The same routes importing meth into the U.S. were simultaneously exporting firearms south. Each rifle or ammunition crate leaving Chicago corresponded to narcotics shipments traveling north, creating a mirrored, two-way logistical network the FBI and CBP called the Revolving Corridor. Between January and June 2024, more than 4,000 firearm components from Midwestern suppliers were intercepted at Mexican checkpoints. Within this system, La Diabla wielded power not through direct violence, but through financial and logistical control. She remained anonymous, operating through proxy operators, logistics contractors, freight brokers, and shell executives who signed export manifests on her behalf. Internal CJNG communications seized during a DEA operation in Colima referenced her under the codename La Medica, reflecting both her alleged role in organ trafficking and her precision in managing supply chains. Despite a low public profile, her financial reach was immense. Investigators later traced over $200 million in assets across shell companies registered in Delaware, Panama, and Quintana Roo. These funds financed narcotics transport, bribes, private security convoys, and encrypted communications infrastructure. What made her network resilient was redundancy. Multiple interchangeable couriers, accountants, and safe houses allowed operations to resume within days of any seizure. By the time her name appeared on the FBI's most wanted cartel associates list, Joint Task Force Sigma, combining FBI, DEA, CBP, and the U.S. Marshals, was already authorized to dismantle her U.S. operations through synchronized raids. Preparations began in late 2024 using intelligence from drones, license plate readers, and human sources embedded in cartel-linked distribution rings. The challenge remained: how to capture a cartel financier operating entirely through intermediaries. Her direct presence in the U.S. had never been confirmed, until Chicago surveillance teams detected her biometric signature during a controlled operation at a warehouse off South Archer Avenue. That discovery set the stage for the FBI's most sophisticated ambush of a cartel